love seat in the room hadn't been sat on yet, as evidenced by the fact that the decorative pillows hadn't been disturbed. I asked you to fly to Atlanta so I could see you, spend some time with you, I said. She whipped around to look at me, her long braids falling again. You told me you could stay the night. You call us having sex for the past 3 hours spending time? As soon as you walked through the door, you were on me. Don't get that part twisted, I said. Because I missed you, dumbass. And we didn't have sex for 3 hours. I held you. We talked. And you made sure to fuck me in between each of those holding and talking sessions. Samona looked as if she wanted to cry. Just minutes before, she made the same face when she had an orgasm. Samona's cum face could be as beautiful as a sunrise, or as painful as dealing with death. That was probably why she called her orgasms La Petite Mort. I sighed. She was naked. I was naked. I could think of a million things we could be doing instead of arguing. Standing 5'9", she was taller than the average woman. That meant she also carried her 225 pounds better than the average woman. Her chocolate 36D breasts sat perky and full against her chest. Nipples sat big, an invitation to suck them. She put her hands on her rounded hips. Her smaller waist called extra attention to her ample ass. I was sure the only reason Ashley Graham got the cover of Sports Illustrated was because they hadn't met Samona de la Cruz. Her blackness was bold and in your face. Her brown eyes carried a fire that could stop the devil in his tracks. She had never met her real father, but bore his surname, de la Cruz, like it was her badge of honor. All she knew was that he was Afro-Cuban and had abandoned her mother before the words, "I'm pregnant," could even leave her mouth. Your hand was on my dick, your tongue down my throat. You were sucking and kissing on my neck, I reminded her. Why can't you stay? She knew the answer to that, but she was trying to make me say it. You know why. I have to get back home. Why did you ask me to fly down here, then? I needed to see you. You needed to fuck me. I needed to see you, Mona. Then why not fly up to New York? You know my money is tight right now, or else I would have. Don't act like I wouldn't. She stared me down for a long time. If looks could kill, I'd have died already. She huffed, snatched up my jeans, and tossed them at me. I stepped to the left and watched them fall back to the floor. I snapped, Mona, don't throw nothing else at me. She ignored me and kept talking. I flew all the way to Atlanta to be screwed like a whore and left in the hotel room I paid for. I ran a hand over the waves in my head. My dick was still semi-hard. Ooh, I wanted some more of her. But I knew that wasn't going to happen. I hadn't seen her in months, not since her new book had hit the shelves. Samona was a New York Times best-selling author. She and I met after her book Pleasured by You had been released. She was one of the first authors I'd read who wrote about bisexual black men in a positive light. After I reached out to her to tell her how much I loved the book, we kept the conversation going via Facebook. An attraction was there that blossomed, and so we decided to meet outside of the net a year later. I flew to New York to meet her. She was doing a book signing at Barnes & Noble in Brooklyn. The place was packed, standing room only. I waited until it was over to show my face. Oh, she was even more beautiful in person. To make a long story short, one thing led to another. Now we were here, 2 years later. Mona looked at me, frowned like she was about to use her words to butcher me and then leave me on the floor in my own blood. Then that frown softened. She swallowed, glanced out the window, and then looked over at me. Don't leave, she said. Her voice so soft it was like the gentle caress of a spring night's breeze. I haven't seen you in 3 months, with the book tour and all the deadlines. I miss you a lot. You said you would stay. Said you had some time. We hadn't seen each other in about 3 months, like she'd said. Between my job as a 9th grade algebra teacher and her being on tour for the last book, time had been scarce.